Good morning, members of the European Parliament, ladies and gentlemen. The development of the Mediterranean corridor is a key element for the sustained economic growth in Europe. In the near future, the Mediterranean corridor should become the freight pipeline that connects two parts. The first one is the production and consumption areas of the southern European countries and the Mediterranean ports gateways. And the second part is the rest of the European corridors, creating the more efficient and sustainable transport network for Europe. The creation of such European transport core network cannot be understood as an end in itself, but as a means to promote European logistic and commercial development. To optimize the huge investment required, a market approach is essential to match the new infrastructure specifications with the needs and expectations on the demand side. When considering the European TEN-T corridors, usually the rail is the most representative mode of transport. But in the case of the Mediterranean corridor, the maritime dimension cannot be considered in the corridor analysis. The Mediterranean configuration is a semi-closed sea, allows the development of short sea shipping connections and motorways of the sea. These connections will be to divert huge amounts of traffic from the road, increasing the efficiency and sustainability of the transport. The importance of the ports for the Mediterranean corridor will increase in the future, as the international trade has undergone a radical change during the last 50 years. Now, emerging Asian economies have completely redefined world maritime trade. The Mediterranean, as a bridge between Asia, Europe, Africa, and Latin America, will play an important role in this new scenario. For Asian freight, the alternative route through any Mediterranean port is, on average, 15% shorter than through the north of Europe, and therefore would represent net savings in terms of resources consumed. For example, fewer vessel operations, time, and significant reduction of environmental impacts, lower fuel consumption, and reduced CO2 emissions. South European ports need Mediterranean corridor to feed Europe, and Europe needs Mediterranean corridor to be more competitive. Currently, appropriate connections with the corridor are the most demanded requirements of Mediterranean ports. Becoming a gateway implies the capability of distributing the cargo to the hinterland, and that requires good line connections and suitable integration with the rest of the transport modes, rail and road, and where available, inland waterways. I would like to highlight that core network ports, as well as their accesses, are part of the corridor. Rail connection must consider, number one, the rail developments inside the port in order to connect the different port terminals with the rest of rail access. Number two, the connection between the port and the core network rail main line, which is usually called the last mile connection. And number three, the long distance connections. This last point means that as port hinterland extends hundreds of kilometers inland, the corridor bottlenecks and missing sections affect the development of service with origin or destination in the port. The main aim of the CLYMA project is to develop instruments, tools to facilitate the coordinated implementation of the core network and the Mediterranean corridor, based on a model integration, interoperability, sustainability, and the coordinated management of infrastructure, thereby leading to resource-efficient multimodal transport. As a managing director of the port, it has been a pleasure to lead the CLYMA project, to gain a better understanding of the current situation of the corridor, particularly the section between Lyon and Madrid, and to work together with the rest of the project partners, ALIA, MP2, Port of Tarragona, Portic, Terminal Zaragoza, University UPC, and BIA, in the studies and analysis carried out. Also, we would like to thank the ministries of France and Spain, INEA, and other institutions and organizations that have helped us in this project. Thank you very much.